Senator, let's talk now to two of the senator's former colleagues, the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Patrick Leahy, the ranking Republican, Jeff Sessions. And we do want to get to these hearings for Elena Kagan today. But first, Senator Leahy, your memories of Robert Byrd.
Well, Judge, I served with him for 36 years. We sat in the same row. I sat next to him on the Appropriations Committee. He was a senator's senator. He was the keeper of our traditions, the keeper of the rules, and the kind of senator who always kept his word. Your piece showing him playing the fiddle, I heard him play that on many occasions in the evening at caucuses and whatnot until he stopped playing because of Parkinson. But I will miss Bob Byrd.
Senator Sessions, he was a fierce opponent.
Well, he was a great patriot. He loved the Senate. There's no doubt about it. And I used to preside a lot of times on Fridays. He would come down and make speeches on Fridays. I remember he railed against textbooks one time and said they contained touchy-feely twaddle. And he had a great way for words, talking about being in his school and going to the spring to get a bucket of water. He was a remarkable person.
He usually found a way to quote a Roman emperor too as well. Let's turn to Elena Kagan's hearings today. Senator Sessions, let me begin with you. You've talked about the possibility of a filibuster of Elena Kagan if, quote, things come out that indicate she is far outside the mainstream. Have you seen anything like that yet?
Well, what we do believe is, at least I do, that there is a range in which a judge has legitimate philosophies and approach to the law. If she's outside of that, I think that first step would be you would pose a nomination. A number of us opposed Sotomayor but did not filibuster. So I hope we don't have a filibuster. I hope this nominee is someone that can move on through. But this is a serious matter. She clearly has spent most of her life as a lawyer politician. She has also indicated or has worked with judges and advocated judges who are the most activist kind in the world. So I'm afraid that's what her philosophy is, and if it's outside the mainstream, she should not be confirmed.
Senator Leahy, Elena Kagan infamously wrote back in 1995 that Supreme Court hearings had become, quote, vapid and hollow charades. How will you prevent that?
Well, in fact, I've actually talked to her about that remark, and I told her she should expect some very tough, very real questions. When I chair this, I'll make sure that every Republican and every Democratic senator has the ability to ask her whatever questions that are appropriate to ask. But I think what they're going to find when they get done is here's a woman who's a brilliant lawyer, the first woman to become dean of the Harvard Law School, no small achievement, first woman to become Solicitor General. And I think she'll become the third woman to sit on the U.S. Supreme Court.
Senator Sessions, you obviously have a lot of concerns. Are you opposed to her nomination now?
Repeat that, please.
You obviously have a lot of concerns. Are you opposed to Elena Kagan's nomination right now?
I'm concerned about the nomination, frankly. I think that her lack of real legal experience, she's not ever tried a case, and had only a short time as Solicitor General, just over a year. And I'm worried about that. Her handling of the military at Harvard is a very serious problem with me. And the fact that she seems to advocate an expansive view of the judge's role at a time when I think the American people are very concerned about an overreaching government. Those are questions that we'll need to deal with through the hearing and give her an opportunity to respond. But it's a big and serious concern.
I have a differing view on that, of course. I'd point out that up to just a few years ago, almost half of all judges came not from the Supreme Court justices came not from the judiciary, but from other fields, and some of our finest Justice Hugo Black, Earl Warren, Robert Jackson, and so forth.
Senator Leahy, we only have 10 seconds left. How many votes will Elena Kagan get, and when will she be confirmed?
She will be confirmed. How many votes, I don't know. With her background, she should get a whole lot of votes.
Okay,
I think a lot of that depends on how this hearing goes, and we'll just see how it happens.
Thank you both for your time this morning. Thanks, Senators.